What's up, icons? I'm the iconic fashion figure back with a new video. So in my last video, when I did the recap of all the vendors that I've done over the past year, I mentioned that I was going to hold off on providing new vendors so that way we can go back to like the very beginning steps and go over the documents needed, more so focusing on the resale certificate that you need to be approved by these vendors. So in this video, I'm going to quickly go over how I recommend you set up your documents and then go into literally state by state on how to get your resale certificate or the name of your resale certificate, because you may already have it. So just really quickly before I go into all 50 states and Puerto Rico and Washington DC, I'm going to quickly just go over the steps to take to actually register your business, and then we'll go into the resale certificates for all the states. So the very first thing that you'll want to do, of course, is figure out the name for your business. Once you have decided on the name for your business, you'll want to register that business name. So that's where like your LLC will come into place. So the first thing you'll do is register for your LLC, or you can do a corp, S corp, or DBA. Whatever choice you choose as far as registering your business name, you'll pick one of those and you'll want to register your business name. Please know that your DBA, your LLC, your corporation documents, those documents where you just register the name, is not your resale certificate. That is really just registering the business, establishing a business, and it's like the foundation of the business, but there's more you have to add to it. So don't stop at just getting your LLC and think that is the document that's going to get you approved. That's the first step, but there's more to it after that. Once you have your business name registered, you can then go to irs.gov and you can apply for your EIN, or it may say FEIN, or it may say tax ID. All three of those are the same exact thing. It's from irs.gov. You'll want to register for that. It's a 9-digit number, almost like a social security number for your business. It is your federal tax ID, or your federal employer identification number, I think is what FEIN stands for. So that is next step. You want to make sure to do that after registering your LLC, because you'll have your business formation set up, and that helps you as far as like your yearly taxes and how you will file. So that's step 2, your EIN. But again, your EIN is not your resale certificate. You'll need the EIN. Well, I shouldn't say for all of you. Some states don't require it, but most states you need your EIN to even register for the resale certificate. So that's why you'll do LLC first, EIN, and then now we're going into the resale certificate. So for the resale certificate, the part that you all will need to get approved for these wholesale vendors, this is the third step, and you definitely don't want to miss this if you plan to buy wholesale. And for those of you that say your state doesn't require a resale certificate, here is the information for you, because every state except for one state, there is literally only one state that does not have a resale certificate, but they do have a letter on their website that you can literally print out and give to wholesalers. I'll let you know once we get to that state. But I'm going to go in alphabetical order, so for those of you that may have a state at the end, you can go ahead and skip to your state if you don't want to hear the rest of this, because it is going to get boring. Starting with Alabama. Alabama, on their Department of Revenue website, which is myalabamataxes.alabama.gov, they have what's called their sales tax license, or you might see a form that says exemption certificate. Go on that website, get your resale certificate. Alaska also has Department of Revenue website. It's tax.alaska.gov, and theirs is also a sales and use tax. Arizona has a Department of Revenue website, aztaxes.gov, and their document is called a privilege tax. Arkansas has the Arkansas Taxpayer Access Point. You'll notice some of the websites say TAP. That's the Taxpayer Access Point. So their website is atap.arkansas.gov, and you'll want to look for your sales and use permit. California has the Department of Tax and Fee, or it might be Taxation and Fee, I don't know. But California's website is cdtfa.ca.gov, and there says seller permit on it. Colorado, on their Department of Revenue website, is colorado.gov/revenue online, and you'll look for your sales tax license. Connecticut, it has the Connecticut State website. It's concord-sots.ct.gov. Sorry, my phone is distracting me. You may see it say sales and use tax, and may say legal existence certificate. Delaware has the Division of Revenue website, which is revenue.delaware.gov. You'll want to get your business license, or it might say Division of Revenue on the document. For Delaware, there is no taxes. So Delaware does not have sales tax, but they do provide you with a business license that you will register with the Division of Revenue. For the state of Florida, which, like for me, because I'm in the state of Florida, you must have your resale certificate. They provide an annual resale certificate every year. So you want to always have the updated one. You literally just go on the website and download the new document. So on the Department of Revenue website, which is floridarevenue.com, you'll want to get your resale certificate. There's no fees for the Florida license, but you do want to be sure to file your taxes accordingly. There's different schedules for different businesses. Georgia, a lot of the people, at least that registers with me, seems to have Georgia down, except there's some of you that have a county license and you don't have your state one. There's some states that do require county licenses. You'll want to figure that out with your state, but when you're applying for wholesale, wholesalers want your state license. So it's on the Department of Revenue website, dor.georgia.gov. And there's a sales and use tax license, or it may say sales tax ID. The state of Hawaii, their website is just state of Hawaii, is hitax.hawaii.gov, and there is a tax license on there. Idaho has the Idaho Tax Commission website, is idahotap.gentax.com, and there's a sales and use tax license on there. Illinois has the My Tax Illinois website. It's mytax.illinois.gov. And you may see a few different names for it. It could be seller permit, certificate of registration, sales and use tax, sales tax exemption. I believe on the website they say sales and use tax, or it might say seller permit on there, but then the actual document you get says something different. It's all the same thing, long as it shows that you have a sales account, basically, is what you're looking for. Indiana, on their Department of Revenue website, which is in.gov/dor/business-tax. They have a retail merchant certificate, or sales and use tax. Iowa, on their Department of Revenue website, which is idr.iowa.gov, there is a retailer's use tax. Kansas, on their Department of Revenue website, the website is ksrevenue.org/business. They have a retailer's sales tax. You'll notice most of them are on the Department of Revenue, which I mentioned in a previous video. Kentucky, on their Department of Revenue, it's revenue.ky.gov. They have sales and use tax. Louisiana, on their Department of Revenue website, which is revenue.louisiana.gov/sales tax. You can see it named as resale certificate or sales tax registration. I believe on the website it says resale certificate, but on the actual document it says sales tax registration. Then for Maine, they have the Maine Revenue Services website, and it's maine.gov. trying to do this too fast. It's maine.gov/portal/business, and it's a resale certificate. Maryland, they have the Comptroller of Maryland, which is marylandtaxes.gov/business, and it's a sales and use tax. Massachusetts, which is the Massachusetts Tax Connect. It's mtc.dor.state.ma.us, sales and use tax. Then for Michigan, it's on the Department of Treasury, which is michigan.gov/taxes. It's a sales tax license. Minnesota, on the Department of Revenue's website, which is revenue.state.mn.us. It's sales and use tax. Mississippi, which is on the Department of Revenue, and it's tap.dor.ms.gov, and it may say seller use permit or retail sales tax permit. Again, I think the website says one thing, but the document prints out with a different title. Then we have Missouri, which is on the Department of Revenue, and their website is dor.mo.gov/business, and it's retail sales license. Montana, on the Department of Revenue's website, which is mtrevenue.gov, there's a resale certificate. Nebraska, on their Department of Revenue's website, which is revenue.nebraska.gov, it's sales and use tax. Then for Nevada, they have the Department of Taxation website, which is tax.nv.gov. There's a reseller permit, or you may see it named as sales and use tax. Now, New Hampshire is the one special state. They are the only ones that do not provide their businesses with a resale certificate or sales and use tax, seller's permit, retail sales license, whatever name these states want to use. New Hampshire is the only one that doesn't provide any type of license or certification. But on their Department of Revenue website, which is revenue.nh.gov, there is a letter on there, or it's just like a screen where you can print that out, and they encourage you to actually print it out. And if any wholesaler requests a resale certificate from you, you can provide that letter which explains why you don't have a resale certificate. The other thing you can do, just to make your approval process go quicker, along with that letter, include your EIN with it, because everyone can apply for an EIN because that's federal. So you can use that letter along with your EIN and let them know that's all you have, because your state is the only state that does not require a resale certificate. And then for New Jersey, you have the Division of Revenue, which is state.nj.us/treasury. You may see it named as Business Registration Certificate or Certificate of Authority. Then for New Mexico, you have the Taxation Revenue, which is tap.state.nm.us, and it literally just says in there, apply for a CRS ID. And then for New York State, on the Department of Taxation, which is tax.ny.gov, you can apply there. I feel like when I registered a business in New York State, I didn't even go on there to apply for the license. I feel like once I just registered my business, they sent it to me. Maybe I'm wrong. It was so long ago, I don't remember. But you will receive your certificate of authority. Again, I don't remember if I applied for it or not, but there is a website on there, so if you don't have it, you can go on there to get it, but that's also where you file your taxes. Okay, now for North Carolina, you have the Department of Revenue, which is ncdor.gov, and it's a sales and use tax. For North Dakota, you have the Taxpayer Access Point website, which is apps.nd.gov, and it's sales and use. Ohio, you have the Department of Taxation website, which is tax.ohio.gov, and they provide you guys what's called a vendor license. Oklahoma, you have the Tax Commission website, which is ok.gov.tax, and there's a sales tax permit. Oregon, you have the Department of Revenue, which is oregon.gov/dor/pages/sales-tax. And there's a registry resale certificate. Pennsylvania, you guys have Department of Revenue as well, which is revenue.pa.gov, and there's a sales and use tax. Rhode Island, you have Division of Taxation, tax.ri.gov, and you may see it called Resale Certificate or Sales in Use. South Carolina, you guys have the Department of Revenue, which is dor.sc.gov, and again, you may see it called Resale Certificate or Retail License. South Dakota, you have Department of Revenue, which is dor.sd.gov, and it's a Sales and Use Tax. Tennessee, you have Department of Revenue also, which is tap.tn.gov, and it's a Sales and Use Tax of Resale. In Texas, you have the TX Comptroller, which is comptroller.texas.gov, and it's a Sales and Use Permit. Then for Utah, we're almost at the end. There's a State Tax Commission, which is tax.utah.gov, and yours is called a sales tax license. Vermont, you have the Department of Taxes website, which is tax.vermont.gov, and you have a sales and use tax. Virginia is the Virginia tax website, which is tax.virginia.gov, and you have sales and use tax as well. Washington, which is the Department of Revenue's website, dor.wa.gov, and it's a reseller's permit. West Virginia, you have the tax department website, tax.wv.gov, and it's sales and use tax. Wisconsin, you have Department of Revenue, which is tap.revenue.wi.gov, and it's called a seller's permit. Wyoming, you have Department of Revenue as well, which is revenue.wyo.gov, and it might say excise tax or sales and use tax. And then for DC, you guys have Office of Tax and Revenue, which is mytax.dc.gov, and it's a sales and use certificate. And lastly, for Puerto Rico, even though you're not a state, you're still part of us. So Puerto Rico has the Treasury Department of PR, which is surrey.hacienda.pr.gov, and it's sales and use tax, or some of you have just like your certificate of registration. So that's all 50 states plus DC and Puerto Rico. Like I said, there's only one state that does not have a license, but they do provide you a letter that you can send out. So every one of you should have some type of document that you can send in as your resale certificate. Like I've mentioned over and over again in videos, all these states tend to call things differently. It's all the same thing. It's basically telling you that you are exempt from paying taxes to the wholesale vendors because you have the intent to resell the merchandise to a customer, which then you will collect taxes. So those documents also allow you to collect tax if your state has sales tax. Now, of course, if your state doesn't have sales tax, there's no sales tax for you to collect, but that document is used for you to purchase from other vendors without paying taxes. Now, I have all this information because, like I've mentioned, and you may already be aware, I am a wholesale vendor, so I have to verify all these licenses. So I have all these websites where I have to go verify, or some states you have to call in. Hopefully this helps you guys to get the right documents that you need to send in to these vendors so you guys can get approved and the process can be easy and smooth, no headaches and frustration for you guys. For those of you that are concerned about filing the taxes once you do create those accounts, because you do have to file taxes, don't miss those deadlines because they do charge penalties. At least most states charge penalties. So if you do get those licenses, be sure to keep up with filing your taxes, which I did do a video talking about filing your taxes when it comes to getting these licenses. So I'll link that in the description box so you can check that out if you haven't checked that out. But I hope you guys understand why you need your license. It's easy to get it, especially once you already have done steps 1 and 2. The third part is pretty easy. Just make sure you go ahead and go register. Any questions, drop them down in the comments. I'll help you guys out the best that I can. I just want to make sure everyone has a clear understanding before I go forward and providing new vendors. Thank you for watching.